Welcome back to Every Other Daymas, Vlogmas, Discmas, whatever people call it these days. Simon Lizotte and I are doing every other day, so I decided to call it Every Other Daymas. Real quick, just to get into a few little housekeeping things, make sure to go down in the description and check out the promo codes and the sales we're running. 30% off on my website, free shipping on Squatch, 10% off your entire order on Infinite Disc. All of those codes are down in the description below. One other thing, I am giving away this time lapse over on my other channel, Hugh Frisbin. So if you're interested in winning this disc, go over there, watch the video. In the video is how it tells you to enter. Let's jump right into it in the bag. So first off, gonna start off with the money. EV7 Penrose. Really love these putters. I feel like they are very, very straight, but they have a reliable amount of fade on them. These are the same ones I've used the whole time, so at this point it is a beadless Penrose. But I really love them. They're really comfortable in my hand, and I made a bunch of great putts with them. And then we have a helicopter here. Hopefully this mic blocks it out. We have the glitch that's somehow gotten a little bent. But for longer throw-ins or just control shots around the green, I really like this disc because I just feel like it lands so soft and it goes so straight that you're able to control this disc literally no matter what's going on. And then into the throwing putters. Right now I'm only really messing with the Watt from MVP and the Soft Envy. These are really the only two discs I'm kind of throwing right now. The Pace from Finish Line disc is very similar to this. I'm just kind of testing this one without the pace in the bag because I did lose my throwing pace at Fountain Hills the other day. So this is just kind of the stable to overstable throwing putter that's in the bag right now. And then we have the Watt, which is pretty much my sidearm, but not because I throw it backhand. But yeah, so throwing these two, there's going to be the pace and some other discs probably intermixed with these, but as of right now, what's in my bag is these two throwing putters I'm messing with. As for mid-ranges, pretty simple right now. I have the Glow Supra from Finish Line Discs. I have, of course, the Buzz from Discraft, and then I have the RPM Kotuku, which is an overstable approach mid-range or mid-range in general. So I have straight, stable, and then overstable slots covered here with my three mid-ranges. And again, when the season starts, you'll probably see my yellow Buzz come back into play or whatever, but for right now, Arizona Disc Golf, what's in my bag, kind of working with these three and just kind of seeing what happens. So into the fairway drivers here. So here we are. Old trusty, my Infinite Disc Scepter. This disc has been an absolute workhorse for me. Such a great disc. I've loved it. At this point, it's more straight than it once was, but this is my signature edition Glow Scepter. Go to infinitedisc.com to go grab yours, or any of these discs for that matter. Infinite sells everything. Make sure to go support them. They support me. So, the Scepter, really love this disc. Don't see it going anywhere anytime soon. Board flat, nice and controllable. And then we have the Eagle, which I would say is really similar to the Scepter. This disc is like pretty rock hard. And I really just like the feel of this disc. And the flight has a little bit more of a shoulder here, which I feel like when I'm throwing it really hard, because again, I throw fan grip a lot, it just fits in my hand really nicely and kind of fills up this gap here between my thumb and the flight plate. And then here we have three different situations of Era. The first one I pretty much ever got is still in the bag, and our forged plastic. Very durable, very good disc. And then we have its big brother here, the same white forged one that is less beat up, but I would say just a tick more overstable. And then we have the composite, which if you've thrown the Era and you weren't the biggest fan of it for whatever reason, make sure to grab the composite Era. It's theoretically a new disc. So the forged Era is very, very straight, flip up, turn. Almost any arm speed could probably find a use for it. And then in our composite plastic, the Era turned into a beast. This disc is overstable, wind resistant. I can throw it really hard and flex it, and it's going to come back out. Broderick, he sidearms it and loves it. So If you threw the Era and you're like, it's a little too understable for me or a little too straight or whatever, make sure to go to infinitedisc.com and grab yourself a composite Era. Totally different disc, great tool to have and great complement to the forged Era. And last but not least, trying to work in the torque to my bag here. So this is a little bit of a flatter one, really resembles my Eagle. Pretty close disc here. This is a little more overstable, but this one's obviously been in my bag for a couple years. But kind of hoping that the torque, in a sense, can take over the Eagle slot, because I only do have one of these. So hopefully to get this one beaten in. I haven't thrown it much. It's still pretty much brand new. But hoping to get this one beaten in a little bit. That way, if I do lose this Eagle, I'll have this out there on the road. And hopefully we can get these torques coming out a little flatter soon and be a little more sidearm friendly for some of you flat disc sidearm guys. Then into the distance drivers. Here, I've been messing around with a little bit of an Emperor. With the finish line disc coming out, the Emperor is kind of out of the bag. But I still really like the way this one looks. Has my custom stamp on it and just kind of throwing it around. So definitely go check out the Infinite Disc Emperor. Very similar to a Destroyer or something like that. Then we have the Daytonas here, which I have the Boss stamped or dyed Daytona. Thanks for the gift from Broad. And then I just have a yellow launch edition one. So these discs are, you're talking nice and domey. This disc, the profile of this disc is just so beautiful. I literally am loving this. I could take either of these discs and throw them almost as hard as I want, on an angle this strong, and it's going to fight out and come back and finish at the end. So if you're looking for an overstable distance driver resemblant of a PD2 or maybe even like a nice stable nuke, this is a very good option. It is a little slower at 12 speed, but the finish line disc Daytona has been becoming a staple in my bag, and all of my other overstable distance drivers have now been replaced simply by the Daytona. So, going to be my go-to for 2024 for the overstable distance driver slot for sure. And then here we have the Interval, which I'm going to just go out and put it out there that I think that this disc has the possibility in 2024 to be one of the best-selling discs on the market. This disc is very versatile. It's pretty much a Destroyer. I hate to say it, but everyone says that the Destroyer market is overdone. I've launched this one a lot into a lot of things that are hard, so don't mind the little scuffs on it. But we have here a very, very neutral wing, nice slight dome to it. Again, nice pop top on both of these. But you're talking a disc that is just easy to throw for anybody, easy distance. I can get this disc to go hyzer the whole way, flat the whole way, turn with a little bit of flex out the whole way. But for a brand new disc out of the box, the finish line disc Interval is going to complement anybody's bag. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for seeing what I have. Huge thank you to Squatch as well for my custom signature bag here. I greatly appreciate it. You guys have supported Vlogmas, Every Other Day Miss, Dismiss, whatever you want to call it, so well. Thank you to Simon and Paul as well for being a part of it. We'll see you in the next one.